such an asshole.
A lot of things causing chaos here in the world of Cappy. So Pearl of Just Pearly Things reaches out to me. And I would like to read through it, but it's on the Twittergrams, which I think I'm splitting and sharing the screen right now. And hopefully, because StreamYard and all of its infinite wisdom has the default setting of don't share the audio on the shared screen. Christ, no. So I can't go and read through the thing and the stuff. I just have to leave it on that video there partially. Partially, is it sort of? Let me scroll up there. Does that look better? Can you see all the pink hair? There we go. Pearl wanted me to do a video response of this TikTok clip. So she provided the TikTok clip, and some just seem slightly familiar. I'm like, oh, this is Caleb Hammer. And you're like 2 years ago, I want to say years ago, it's not like 20 years ago, but 2 years ago when he was just coming on live, you're like, hey, if you listen to this Caleb Hammer guy, and great format. He gets idiots on his show who make horrible financial decisions, and then he just asks them simple questions. And I haven't watched them in about a year, but some of them are just cringe. Not, I mean, designed by design. And so he's hugely popular. But Pearl, she's evolved. Let me explain to you how friendships with Cappy work. At first, there's the acquaintance, you get to know someone. And there's the polite stage. Well, I don't know this person. I'm going to be kind to this person. I don't want to offend them. And then when it comes to me and my friends, usually there is a social setting and a new acquaintance or friend of mine who's polite and treats me well starts to see other people just ripping me a new one and picking on me left and right, as my friends do. They're like, oh, I can pick on this guy too. And so, whereas I'd like to read our exchange, Pearl just says, no, I just want to see you suffer in pain responding to this. Like, thanks, Pearl. So you've graduated from polite, civil, courteous friend to, oh, yeah, Cappy, I can pick on Cappy and cause him pain and agony? Let's do this. So you can subscribe to Pearly Things. So here's where we come to the boomerific part of our show. I think I got the audio working. Now, I'm going to click here. I'm going to play it. It's not that long of a clip. It's only 2 minutes. I have a link to the original clip over at Caleb Hammers down below. Let me start right now. Never, this is what the Marxist leftist dipshit teachers always taught us in school. Never judge a book by its cover. That way you can have a bunch of dipshits running around acting like actual assholes and morons. You could get away with crime and treating people like shit. It's kind of like how a lot of people, especially gals back in my day, would use mental, and bipolar was the fake mental illness of choice back then. They said, well, I'm bipolar. And that was just, I want to treat people like shit and have an excuse. Bipolar was the choice du jour of excuse as to why I'm going to be a despicable human being and hate your guts and treat you like shit. And people, oh, you never know. Oh, they might have mental. Oh my God, you just give a wide berth to everyone who's treating everybody else in the world like shit. They got bipolar. They have autism. Or if you remember IT Crowd, I'm disabled. No one's going to remember that because that was a good show and on 20 years ago. So I'm here as a Gen X person saying, yeah, you should prejudge. You should judge a book by its cover. It's called Physiognomy. I believe that's what it's called. You've seen the meme where it's a brightly colored creature, a frog or an animal or something like that. And this is a physiognomy, or what is it? It's where brightly colored things indicate that the creature is poisoned if you were to eat it so as to ward off predators. Here you go. You can judge a book by this cover. I'm sorry. No, knock it off with the pink hair. That's for child. Now you're going to find out later she was married. Surprise! The people with the pink hair got divorced. Also overweight. I listened to a little bit of it. This gal blew away a lot of money. I didn't get to the punchline. But right off the look, and you know what? A lot of people might say, hey, like the moneyest. I think the moneyest is Dear Penthouse Forum, just for finance. A lot of you say, "They can't be this stupid. This has gotta be Jerry Springer." Then I don't wanna hear, "Oh my god, you're prejudging this person." Like, yeah, well, then don't dangle this fucking bait in front of me. Don't act like a ridiculous clown. The first day, if I see you and your first statement to the world, your first bit of communication to the world is, "Ah, look at me. I'm zany." Fuck off. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? If I was back in banking, somebody looked like that walking, I'm like, "Mhm, smart against you." I can't put that on a sheet of paper. And the honest truth is, well, that's biased. That's bigoted. All right. Yeah. You know what that is? You're right. You're right. I'm bigoted against people who have irresponsible, dipshit things they do with their fashion. You're right. But you know what? You know what? It's not like I'd have to change anything. Guarantee you. Well, I mean, she's on a financial problem show. I guarantee you, you act like a fucking clown walking into some kind. You got a bad credit score. You want to bet? You guys want to bet that there's a positive correlation? Or I guess it would be a negative correlation between ridiculous hair colors, the number of piercings, the number of tattoos, and the low credit score or a high credit score to positive or negative correlate. You want to bet? So right off the bat, okay, here we go. Oh, look out. 20-something millennial girl with colored hair. It's already a punchline. I'm already agitated. Congratulations, Pearl. May I say this? May I say this? You know, Pearl catches a lot of guff on the internet. Girl next door. Absolutely the girl next. I met her in person. And I'm just like, oh, she had a dress on. She had heely heels, you know, little heels because she's super tall. I'm like, look, what? Look at that. Look at that. I'd give her a loan. Doesn't come in looking like a fucking clown. So let's play this. Hopefully the audio works. You know, they got to do the TikTok thing and everything. So just be patient.
Out of the divorce, I got $600,000.
All right. So you give me $600,000 cash right now, you'll probably never see me again. Cappy would have his Croatian hut or his Philippine hut. He'd have a hut somewhere and you'd never see him again. He'd just be gone. He'd just be disappeared. 600,000. It's the old that quote from The Gambler. Horrible movie. Horrible movie. Oh, wait, we're going to have the internet conk out on me now. All right. But it's John Goodman talking to Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. And he says, "You're up 2 million. You know, if you're up 2 million, that's when you cash in. That's the position of fuck you. You go buy yourself a house, you get yourself an indestructible Japanese ship box, you put the rest in savings at 5%, and now you got a position of fuck you. Boss tells you to do something, fuck you. Wife doesn't want to, fuck you." I don't in another way of a kind of a position of fuck you. Let me throw an idea for you young people because this girl isn't a day above 26. You kind of get a fair amount of money up front early, especially your youth, when the taxpayer lends you money for you to go to college. And I always wondered, look, do you know how much better off young people would be if instead of lending these kids money to go to college, we lend them money to go buy a house at, favorable interest rates? Have you thought about that? And if you just take and it happens every once in a while. I'm just using this as an example. Or, we just give kids money. I mean, depending on your school district, around $7,000 a year to send kids K through 12. I've said homeschool them and just toss that money into a housing fund. You could house every young person in the United States. You're giving this money, but that's not going to happen because we got to give that money to the teachers. And more important than you having housing young people. Get that through your fucking heads. But there's times where you're given a tremendous amount of money, and if you invest it right, you're kind of set for life. Here you go. You had $600,000, right? You got how do you can't fuck that up. You take 500,000, you put it in the fucking S&P 500 index or a diversified portfolio of mutual funds, and you just let it be there. You take the 100,000, pay off all your debts, maybe you get yourself a little bit of a house. All right, maybe more like 250,000 for a small condo. You toss the remaining 250, 350 into the S&P 500. You should be okay. I've talked about how young people should just beg their parents to let them stay at home, living there at 18, work 2 full-time jobs until you're 22. Take all the savings and the money, toss it in the S&P 500 or a diversified portfolio of index funds. Guy can't give investment advice. And you'd have around between 150 to $200,000 in cash or investments, I guess. And you all just piss it away. You just piss away these out. Again, she gets 600 grand up front. I'm saying, yeah, you're going to have to work for it. It'd be 4 years of 80 hours of work per week. Yeah, it'd be hell, but your life would be set after that. I'm going to go major in political science. I'm going to take a year off. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go travel. Which I guess is better than going to college for most of your worthless degrees. But here we go. How'd you piss it away now? What's it? And I do they teach freedom anymore in school? I guess not. Public school teachers, it's all communism and Marxism and Democrats and slavery, and you got to get the thing and enslave yourself to the corporations with financing from the bank, right? You need the thing. Oh, the latest expensive thing. I can't do without the last year's thing. No, I need the 2025 thing. Do they teach you freedom? Like you don't have to work no more? I mean, everyone's got to work a certain amount, but if you took the money that you're giving up front and you invest it wisely and invest your time wisely and you don't fuck up, that you could kind of be you can be free by about the age of 30. No parental help, no government help. You just squirrel things away and you don't buy stupid shit. That's what more do you want than freedom? Freedom from work, freedom from life, freedom from other assholes called bosses and people, clients and customers. Wouldn't you like freedom? I guarantee you, and Caleb's going to probably find out where did the money go. It's worthless horse shit that doesn't go up in value. It's status, it's prestige. I could predict it. I know it because she wouldn't be on this show otherwise. And that's the thing. You young kids are not taught anything intelligent or wise about what to do with your money. And it's because now, in defense of your parents, which is largely my generation now, and the teachers, which is largely my generation now, they're dumber than fuck. They don't know shit either. They don't know how to save their money. They don't know, oh, son, you ought to major in engineering. No, you should go into the trades. Well, son, you see, you're about 12 or 13 now. Let's go buy a lawnmower with your paper out money, and you can mow yards. Oh, your lawnmower broke down? Well, maybe for 20 bucks you go down to Harbor Freight, get the tool to fix it. I'm not fixing it. I'm just telling you what to do. Parents don't invest in the children like that, teach you about money, how to do taxes. Value high, money will follow. You gotta get that sheepskin. Oh, by the way, go get the trans surgery. That way mommy can be popular on the internet. There's your fucking Gen X parents' advice. OMG, can I post it? We're just so besties, me and my daughter. Oh my God. What do you mean you're pregnant? Man, you thought boomers are pushing that kid. You can tell boomers that have grandchildren versus the ones that are raising the grandchildren. The boomers that got grandkids and they're happy spoiling the kid run. The boomers that whatever you want, baby, I love you so good for baby's little princess. How about some semen that gets her pregnant from some deadbeat T-Rash type of character? And then they're pushing the slavery because they never raised their daughter or their son right. Now they got the kid and they got to raise it. And those are the unhappy boomers. They got a stroller. They're not happy. They're the ones like, oh, yeah, free range children. You listened to Dr. Spock on that one, didn't you? I bet you didn't teach your daughter or your son not only how birth control and per capita GDP and income per capita work. I bet you also didn't teach them that they should probably go major in engineering. I bet you she's out being a chakra crystal saleswoman, right? Oh, your son, he's finding himself. He's 24 years old and he signed up for an EMT course. Oh, hey, is real estate agent next? Anything but parenting, right, boomer parents? Anyway, the larger point is that they're not taught anything about money. They're not. This woman had, again, I can forecast it because she's a robot. She's an NPC. I could just look at her. Yeah, you're an idiot. You do the thing that you're told by the corporations and the teachers. La, 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 la. Just it's a fucking Smurf cartoon, I guess. Everyone's singing and happy and joyful. Guarantee she pissed it away on stuff. Pissed it away on stuff. And now she gets to work for the rest of her life. And I'm going to guess with the haircut and the lack of gym time, she avoids hard work. So there ain't going to be no engineering, ain't going to be no accounting. By the way, the world's greatest accounting career, of course, for you people who might be interested in a career in accounting, which you don't have to go to college for. I think I have it linked there below. Just search for the world's greatest accounting career. It's on Teachable. Maybe she might go and do that. But I'm going to guess not. Accounting's boring. It's so sad. You're all so predictable and programmed and brainwashed. You come walking out like robots. I'm like, I already know your operating system. I know your directives. You're not unique. You're not new. I haven't finished this video. I know how it's going to end. Because you're not humans. You're Borg. You're robots. You're common. All right, here we go.
Yes.
Why?
That was part of our settlement. So I could have taken more, but I didn't, which I'm kind of now regretting a little.
Wait, why?
Okay, real quick side note. So he had to pay her, like out of the 10 richest women in the world, 9 are through divorce or death. Like they inherited it or came through divorce. I'm just going to assume because he had to pay her, he was the one making money, and her with her, fluffy bunny degree really wasn't contributing much to the family coffers.
Why could you have taken more and why didn't you?
Well, I could have, because if I were doing like a divorce with like 50-50 split, I would have gotten.
Could you have done 50-50 split?
I could have.
So
all right, in her defense, she was nice. She just probably took some. So that would be enough, right? I don't see malice on this gal's part. 600,000. That should. Oh yeah, okay. And how long were you possibly married? That's another thing. Like if you were married forever, all right, maybe I could see more. You actually did help out with the company. I've known a couple gals that actually were critical to the man's success. I could see that. But 600,000 for how many years of work? How many years of make-believe marriage? Funny, haha. Isn't the trial marriage, trial house, trial marriage, trial kids, trial career?
This was a pretty well-to-do person.
Yes. So I don't know exactly how much I would have. No, he tried to get me to sign a prenup, and then I didn't sign a prenup.
Here, okay. How many books? I got books here. I've written thousands of pages of books, mostly all centered around personal financial management with a deep philosophical aspect to give you the motivation to do the right financial things. That's generally the books I've written about. In all of the books I've ever written, can I just say the one bit of advice that you all need to take away from it is do not have kids you can't afford. Okay, that's the number one thing. And right next to that for you boys is do not get married. Do they even have kids? Was there a family? Was there a marriage? Half are ending in divorce, right? And then what was it? Of the marriages that remain, only 28% are happy. So 14% of all marriages are happy because half of them end divorce and the remaining 28 are happy. Why are you getting married? Why? Boys, just old man Cappy, boomergenics, don't marry girls with weird hair colors and ridiculous tattoos and piercings. Oh, Grandpa Cappy, ho, 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 with his old school Leave It to Beaver idealism of 1950s America. Oh, she divorced me, took 600,000, won't sign the prenup. Got an idea, new idea, crazy, revolutionary. How about you just don't get married at all? I'll tell you the story again in case you're new here. I go down to the cigar lounge, right? Where I got my peeps. And the GF is there. And this is several years ago when not everybody knew everybody. And like, oh, this is the GF. Oh, that's nice. And naturally, the women want to know. And you could tell because they're old. They're 50 plus and they want to know, well, how long you've been dating? And I had to sit and think about it. I think at the time, I'm like, it was like 15 years or so. It's been a while. And the girl's like, well, when you going to marry her? I said, I want to get married. I want to have sex. And I said it loud enough that everyone could hear. And all the guys laughed and all the girls got, her, I'm feeling pouty, because we know it's true. I don't know what good. Isn't there James Sexton, the lawyer Rollo had him on? Go look him up. I don't know what, please tell me. Please tell me, I'm half a century old now. Please tell me, can you show me where the marriage served a purpose that you couldn't get just having a verbal agreement that you would commit to one another? Can someone show me the advantage of marriage? I know like 4 couples, one of which is dead. I know 3 couples that are alive that were genuinely, truly happy. The wives within and all of them. And none of them had fucking pink hair. But aside from that, and they're all old. They're all pushing 80, the ones that are still alive. I've just seen misery, poverty. Because, you got to pay the lawyer, right? Fuck the kids, right? Fuck the kids. You got to pay the lawyer, right? Because you're not happy. What good comes of marriage? In today's modern adult child America, that would include my generation, who can't fucking keep it together despite innocent children being, now, thankfully, I don't think these people had kids. Really, you guys can't keep, it's like giving keys to a car. You're not responsible enough to drive, and nobody in America, y'all sure as fuck ain't responsible enough to get married. And here we go. Did you sign a prenup? No. What? Bye. And big idea, sidestep it, never getting married. And you could say other things, and we're having sex. And if you get overweight, dun, you're out of here. This is a voluntary relationship, not to introduce libertarian type of politics. This is volunteerism. You choose to be here. The second you don't want to be here, let me know. You can go. Goodbye. No harm, no foul. The fuck if I'm going to sign a goddamn piece of paper that says something or other that we got to have the government come in here and referee, and I owe you half my shit. It's just so complicated. You don't get married.
And then he tried to get me to sign a post-nup, and I didn't sign a post-nup.
Post-nup? Post-nut?
Yes. And so, yeah, we decided in the settlement agreement that I would get $600,000 because I didn't want to take
What
more.
the do I have so much debt here?
Okay, now that's weird. Okay, this is about where I stopped tuning in. How does she have debt? I didn't know she had debt. How do you have debt? Right? I don't have debt now. I don't know make no $600,000 a year. If you gave me $600,000 in just 1 year, again, you'd never see Cappy again. I could live the rest of my life 100% freedom. So this girl, I can't imagine the divorce was more than a year or 2 ago, if this is to be believed. I'm not accusing Caleb of lying. I mean, there's enough stupid people in the world. But here you go. Here's all your money, and then you go bankrupt. You take on debt.
To go through on your end. Where did the $600,000 go? When did you get the $600,000?
2 years ago.
Okay. What?
Okay, 2 years. $300,000 a year. What
the is it?
It's gone. Completely gone.
Into where?
Well, I bought a house.
What I love is she's like, okay, 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 I'm fine with it. Yeah. I gotta imagine mommy and daddy are there backing her up. Because I remember not having money. You know what I couldn't afford? Food. She obviously ain't missing a meal. Serious fucking accusation. Shut the fuck up. It's not a cheap shot. I want to know why all you poor people are so fat. I remember being poor. I remember not having money. I remember dropping down to 118 pounds. Admittedly, some of that was the job I had to work because we were patrolling campus, working campus security, 10 miles a day on foot. And if you had a bike, you're probably more closer to 50 miles a night on foot. I get it. Okay, yes. But there was also a lack of fucking food. Where are you all getting the food to be fat? Like the lack of fear. And the fact you just pissed it all away. You had to have no problems. Like you never had to worry about, I'll give you an example, right? I will occasionally get clients who you could kind of tell they never had to really support themselves because they talk too much. And if you talk too much, you won't get a job. So it means somewhere else the money's coming in. And then usually if I find out about their background, I live with mom and dad, they've been helping, da da da. And I have no problem charging these people more because they haven't worked for it. But they'll gladly pay. Like about 8 out of 9 times, they'll pay a higher price. You know why? Because they never had to work for it. They never learned the value of a dollar. What, do you think she mowed yards when she was 14? Do you think she collected cans when she was 10? You think she, ran an organized babysitting operation at 13? So I don't see any fear. Like, look at her. She's like, tee hee. You got the money to dye your hair? Now, I will admit, that's a good dye job. I mean, if I were like a much younger man and it was the 90s all over again, and oh, the anime girl, how cute, how fun is that? But that ain't cheap. That looks like a pro job. Doesn't look like this shit drab where it's different colors. Oh man, I've seen some old gals doing that. Like, what the fuck? Like, they do it once and then they let their hair grow out, and it just is. You're like, what are you doing? There's not an ounce of fear of consequences here. So I gotta imagine mom and dad paid for everything. She's not missing any meals. I know what that's like. And her flipping like, you bring old Atham in here. Atham, if you're in the room, holy shit, man, what would you do with 600,000? We'd be done. I mean, that was like a life changer for her to think, I don't know. We'll continue on.
And
with the 600,000.
with the 600,
Okay, so it's not gone.
it's not gone, right?
It's tied up.
So I bought a house that was 330,000.
Okay, that's good. All right. Does she still got it?
And I bought it like outright, so like it's paid in full. So I
Okay,
don't
so it
have.
goes half the cash.
Right.
Yes. But then I bought it sight unseen. And so when we entered the
Oh
home,
no.
yeah, I saw the outside because I drove by it. But
Oh, good, you drove by it.
Yeah.
I bet you. I wonder if Caleb I bet you he does. I bet you he knows home ownership. I bet you he does.
Yeah. When we entered the home, though, it was in shambles. So we.
Okay, we. I want to know who we is. Who's we? Is there another guy already? Mom and dad? You're going to get. So we decided to knuckle down, buy some tools, and fix it up ourselves. Or are we going for girl boss status where you're like, OMG, I don't know how to do this. OMG. That's like grody man work. Like men I'd never have sex with or date. Like a plumber. Oh my God, they're so gross. Is that where we're going to go? I want to know. Did you knuckle down? Hey, let's do it ourselves. Get some YouTube videos, read some stuff. Maybe hire a pro to kind of make sure we don't fuck shit up. Is that where we're going to go on this one? Or is it going to be like, and we paid for other people to do it? Who's we? That's what I want to know. We
had to renovate it completely, like gut job. So we saved some money by tearing everything down ourselves.
Good.
But the renovation was like $100,000.
Okay, you still have 430. 430. Well, that's another thing. We buy it sight unseen and you drove past it. So you had to be in the area. What? You couldn't ask the realtor? Again, this unless this is fake, it indicates to me this person has never actually had to support themselves and be thorough in their decisions and investigate, right? Like when I buy a car, I don't just go get the car unseen. I call up in advance. I say, oh, hey, there's a mechanic. I say, I need to take your car to a mechanic and have him look at it. I'm going to take it for a test drive. I'm going to take it to mechanic. You'd be surprised how many people, well, you don't trust us? We got our own mechanics. Hang up the phone. Fuck you. Keep your fucking shitty car. I've done that, but if you're wondering, oh, Cappy, how do you buy your cars? I will search the entire United States for a car. I'll find one that's cheap and got low miles. I'll make sure there's a mechanic in that town that can take a look at it. I'll call him up. I say, I want to take a look at this car. I want a mechanic to look at it. I'll set up a time and a date to come in to take the car and take a, drive it over, test drive, drop it off in the morning. The mechanic gives me the thumbs up. All right, cool. I buy it. But I will travel days to do that because cars are very expensive. They're worth taking the time to go and check out. And the best thing, oh man, car dealers are such fucking scum. The best thing that they can do is like, well, we got our own mechanics. Well, we got a mechanic here. Cool looking. No, fuck you. Goodbye. Hang it up because you know there's something wrong with that car. You're just buying not only a car unseen, a house unseen. How do you get to that level of what would that be? Naivete? You didn't grow up in the school of hard knocks. You didn't like ever, I don't know, get hoodwinked in school or learn the tough lessons. Everything must have been pretty easy for you to have faith in humanity that you could just buy a house unseen.
Around
There's
there.
Oh, that was it. That was it. Okay, there you go. Do I stop sharing? There. Well, that was a short video, Pearl. Yeah, shock. I don't know what. Naive 20-something girl who has liberal arts degree, probably. Daddy's girl wakes up. But I don't think she wasted her 600,000 then. In defense of her. So she spent 430 on the house. All right, it's not all gone. Unless all the money left away. There's several other videos. I linked to Caleb's video below. There are several episodes with her there. However, how'd she get into the debt? That's right. If she has debt now, then it had to go somewhere. Well, Pearl didn't send me the other videos. I'm not going to go and watch them. You guys can go watch the rest of them. That's Caleb Hammer. Check it out. All you have to do is scroll through and look for the pink hair girl. That's it. Let's go to the super chat. Cyberbully, $5. I stumbled into a subculture on YouTube of fat men who review and are obsessed with colognes. Laugh out loud. I like a $500 cologne. Will let you skip the gym. Oh my God. Yeah, dude, you're right. Oh. It's like the looks maxing. There was a Facebook page I joined up. Short man fashion. I'm like, oh, okay, fashion. Whatever. And all it was, like the granular level of details of fashion that they went to avoid having to hit the gym. That's what it is. $500 cologne, huh? It's magic, literally a magic potion. You just put it on. It's a love potion. Girls just, oh my God, you're 320 pounds, but you smell so nice. Look, I'll tell this for fat people. It's like drinking. Okay, I got to a stage in my drinking where I would have guilt because I was drinking, right? I know I shouldn't do this. This is bad for me. But I'd want to, and I got to the point, look, you're either going to drink and enjoy it or not drink at all because you're going to have guilt, right? So you got to make a choice. If you're going to do it guilt-free. And it's the same thing with any kind of vice. Food and being fat, one of them. If you want to be fat, go be fat. But for the love of God, stop torturing yourself, worrying about getting girls or, oh, if I have this magic thing, if I have this magic bauble, if I get a car, I'll also get the girls. There is no world in the world that doesn't exist. There's no world where you are fat and you get a girl you're attracted to. Doesn't happen. Only you pay for it. You must go to the gym. You must be in shape. You must ask out lots of girls. Just knock it off and give up the hope. All right? Just give up the hope and enjoy your life of gluttony. Have gluttony be your thing. Eat, relax, chill out, go do some other things, enjoy the food. I wouldn't worry about, oh my God, what's this doing to my cholesterol? You know it's not doing anything good for your cholesterol. You know it's not good for your heart. You know it's not good for the diabetes. And you know you ain't going to get laid. But be willing to let that go if the food is that important to you. And it is, because in the fact your decisions that you've made have led you to be fat. You're fat. Your actions tell you what's the most important thing in your life. It's eating and sloth. It's gluttony and sloth. That's fine. That's fine. Just don't be a dipshit and think you're going to get other things out of life. Okay? You want to do drugs? Do drugs. Don't have guilt on top of it. $500 cologne. Good Lord. Jimmy Rivera, $5. I would pay money to watch Cappy react to full episodes of Caleb Hammer. Well, pay. Okay. What do you would? You would pay. Well, this website, Jeremy, I don't know if you knew it. assholeconsulting.com. I don't know if you know what I do here. Yeah, Caleb, he's been around, and it's a good show. It's a good show. Daddy and a caddy, $5. Help me, Cappy. I have 50,000 student loans, BA in political science, 15,000 credit card bat, 30,000 note for my BMW, and I'm having a baby in 3 months. Only get 1.8K from employment. I've had requests like that. I think one of the videos is titled "You Will Suffer," because that's a lot of people come up to me like they've literally fucking ruined their lives. What do I do? I'm like, you suffer. There's no way out of it. There's no magic. It's not like I'm like looking, making sure. All right, here's what you do. All right. I'll let you in on the secret. Okay, here's what you do. That's why girls subscribe to astrology and chakra crystals and tarot card readings. Like they are so irrevocably fucked in their lives and their life choices that they'll look for anything that gives them hope that they don't have to work their way out of it. I got clients like that too. Again, typically male. Oh, bro, what do I do? I'm like, I guess, you got a kid. You just had a kid. I guess you're going to be poor for at least 18 years and you're going to suffer. There's no secret. All right. You go 3 parts vodka, a fig of newt, and then you run around with your jamoke in your hand singing yaga gaga yaga gaga yaga gaga hey, and then all your problems go away. All right, there's the secret. No, man, sometimes you're just fucked. 5 and 4K, 3 dork, $2. What would I do with 600K, 2 girls at the same time? What, like 1,000 of them? Yeah, I think it's a little cheaper than that. I think it's just a little cheaper than that. I'm not kidding. You have the 2 girls at the same time. Sure, what guy won? No, 600,000. I'll take my freedom. Cappy, you never have to work again or do anything or answer to anyone ever again. Or 2 girls at the same time. I will take the freedom every fucking time. Because if I'm charming enough, I put enough time and effort into it. Plus, it's not that expensive. I'm pretty sure I could swing the 2 girls at the same time. Jenkins 666 euros. Glad to finally catch you live to hear you yell at clouds. In the meantime, I managed to obtain my master's in structural civil engineering. Cheers. Nice going, Jenkins. Congratulations. Vlad Elkins, who I'm going to be going on a show in an hour and a half. Tune into the Elkins Accounting Hour. You could click on that right there. Chad Elkins, CPA. Click on that. Subscribe to his channel. We'll be going live in a bit. Athen and I want to peer pressure you into drinking. No, you don't have. I would love to. I would love to. I just can't do the hangovers anymore. I really can't. Starts to fuck with your mind too. Ken Rose, $2. He says, hello. Hello, Ken. And Dre, $2. Only Big Mike Arms and Carlson can make Cappy drink. No, what it was originally trying to manage my sleep schedule. And then I really got into rumplements while I was doing ballroom dancing and swing dancing and salsa dancing because it has good breath. And then there were spates of self-employment where I was living only off of dance classes and online courses. And occasional nighttime security, but I didn't have a daytime job. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can drink. I'm fine. Yeah. During the daytime. Why the fuck not? I got my shit done. And yeah, booze or any kind of drug, it really does make your problems go away temporarily. Like you really don't think about it. It calmed me the fuck down. It was great. It's wonderful. The hangovers kill you later on. All right. That's it. Thank you to Pearl of Pearly Things. Link below. What do I got? I think I linked to Caleb's video down below. Oh, Achieving Financial Excellence. There's a course I have offered through Teachable. If you guys, I don't know, you want to choose freedom and not buying shit, but I gotta buy this shit because corporations tell me to. If you want to be liberated from that, please go consider taking Achieving Financial Excellence so you know that I should buy freedom and not shit. We'll see you guys in about an hour and a half on Chad's channel. Toodles.